Thanks, guys. Chad Booth here. You know, when you're on vacation, it's often the side trips that become the most memorable part of the trip. And as we've continued our 2017 RV safari through the Black Hills of South Dakota, that's exactly what we've discovered, right, Rhea?
I couldn't agree more. I mean, so far we've been to some of the biggest attractions in the country, but it's been places like Alcova Lake and the Wind Caves that have been the most surprising for me. And today seems to be no different.
You know, that's right. We're just outside of the small town of Lead, South Dakota, where you wouldn't expect much of anything adventure-wise, but like is so often the case, we stumbled upon one campground that offers more than just a place to park your RV.
Mystic Hills Hideaway is a cabins and campground, and we also do ATV and snowmobile rentals. And we are right next to the ATV and snowmobile trails.
And it's those ATV trails we're interested in today. Mystic Hills is located less than 10 miles south of famous Deadwood on Highway 385. And it's one of those places that has a little bit of everything for the whole family.
You know, I always love exploring new trails, and setting out through the Black Hills has been something I wanted to do for a long time. You know, we get to ride ATVs and side-by-sides a lot in Utah, on the Paiute Trail or the Shoshone Trail. You know, we've been to all those places, but there's something about experiencing a new area that makes you pay a little more attention and remember the details of the day just a little bit better. We rented machines from Mystic Hills and took off right from the campsite with our eyes on the highest peaks in the area.
Joining us for the trip today is, of course, Chad and Angie City, along with their adorable kids. So far on this trip, we visited places like Mount Rushmore and Devil's Tower, so we're excited to see what today's adventure will add to our RV safari.
Now we're on to Deadwood, beautiful country, taking the all-terrain vehicles up here and seeing Custer Peak. It's beautiful. You get to overlook the whole valley and just see the beautiful Black Hills. It's worth the trip.
Yeah. We're always hoping for family time. This is good bonding family time.
The reason most people come out to visit us is because we're right next to the trails, and they like to go ATVing or snowmobiling. And it's a good way to explore the backcountry of the Black Hills and kind of get off the sort of standard tourist path.
The ride itself is easy, basically a well-traveled dirt road, but once you arrive at the top, you get a chance to see the world from some impressive angles when you're at Custer Peak.
The mountain is named after General George Armstrong Custer, who explored this area in 1874. Though the mountain bears his name, Custer never actually reached the summit. The fire lookout tower at the top was constructed in 1938 and is still used today, though generally only during fire seasons. We were able to gaze out on the world below in a way few others get a chance.
You know, it's very cool. The tower is on the National Historic Lookout Register, which is something I didn't even know existed. There are several other small buildings and ruins at the summit, too, that you can explore. The area also has some interesting rock formations that are worth hiking around as well. It seems like such a simple experience, but everything about the afternoon was perfect. And we weren't the only ones to think this particular excursion stood out among the adventures of the vacation.
It changes each day. I keep thinking, this is my favorite part, and then the next day something happens. No, this is my favorite part.
It's a paradise out here. It's beautiful, it's clean.
And so is Mystic Hills itself. There are plenty of activities here to enjoy other than the ATVs, and there is plenty of camping options too.
We have 13 cabins, and we've got 76 RV sites. We can handle big rig campers or small campers. We've also got 6 tent sites. We're centrally located to most of the Black Hills attractions like Mount Rushmore, Custer State Park, Crazy Horse, Deadwood and Lead, of course.
Deadwood is definitely a place worth visiting, and I think we should spend a little more time showing off that eccentric spot. What do you think, Rhea?
Yeah, Chad, but not today. I want to hit more of the trails before we have to pull up stakes and head off on the next leg of our trip.
Well, that's fair. We'll come back in a couple of weeks for a more in-depth look at Deadwood and some of the fun things to explore there in our 2017 RV Safari from Race City. If you want a more complete itinerary of this year's trip, just go to AYLTV.com, and remember, we still have 2 more weeks to go, so there's more adventure ahead. Until then, I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Rhea Rossi Booth. We need to take a commercial break, but we'll be right back with more at your leisure in just a minute.
Hey guys, if you liked that video, you're going to want to watch all of our other AYL videos. You're going to want to like it, you're going to want to share it, and you're going to want to subscribe, right? See all the buttons right here? This is what you're going to want to do, right? Click on them, because we have some really cool videos, all kinds of behind the scenes stuff, bloopers of Alicia crashing and stuff.
What?
you gonna sell me out like that, Steven?
So you want to click all of these things and subscribe to our channel, because At Your Leisure is awesome, and we'll see you here for more videos.